Welcome back again to another special edition of the Chasing Tone podcast, the Tone Tips section. I'm kind of liking these. Got some great feedback, and seems like you guys like to hear some guitar sounds. So I'm doing another one this week, and this one is showing a Blues Jr., and I'm going to do some different speaker swaps. I'm also going to use a couple different pedals. I'm going to show you what each speaker sounds like clean and with overdrive as well. And this is actually from the YouTube video that we just released showing this. So if you want to see the video version of this, make sure you hop on YouTube and jump on our Wampler Pedals channel there and check it out. And without further ado, let's jump right into the podcast this week. So I have a cool thing to show you today. I just bought a Blues Jr. It's the Tweed one, and it's got the special Jensen speaker in it or whatever. I don't actually like it that much. But I wanted to show you a demonstration to do on these Blues Juniors that are really easy. It's just changing the speaker, and it changes it quite dramatically. It's probably the least expensive modification you could do to turn a very small sounding amp into a little bit bigger sounding amp, besides an EQ pedal. Check out the last week's vlog for that. And so yeah, I'm gonna mic up this amp, play through just a normal, like this is a Maxon OD808, and show you what it sounds like through each of the different speakers, and how like the speaker really kind of changes. Not only it changes the sound, of course, but also changes the way overdrive, distortion, that sort of thing. How it actually interacts and sounds as well. Probably more dramatic. I think it's a little more dramatic than the clean tone. So let's check it out. Okay. So I'm playing a Whitfield Telecaster. Nope, that's not right. It's a Whitfield Stratocaster, rather. The EQ on the Fender Blues Jr. is pretty much straight up. I have the volume at about noonish, and then the master about 9 o'clock, like on 3 or something. And then, like I said, the pedal I'm going through is the OD808, which is just a really cool tube screamer type circuit that I really dig the Maxon. I like it as far as the tube screamer thing goes. Mics I'm using is a 57 and an MXO ribbon, I forget which one. It's not an expensive one. And it's just right off the cone, or just kind of offset a little bit, but pretty much right on the cone. A clean tone, I'll do a bridge and a neck as well. On my bridge, oh, that was rough. Nice and chimey, which to me, I think it's a little too bright. Rather than pulling the amp apart and doing a bunch of modifications, I always recommend the first thing to do with these amps is pull the speaker out and try a different speaker. So we're going to go through a couple of my favorite ones from WGS speakers, used to be Warehouse. Let me hit the overdrive first. On the stock speaker, sounds like this. Bridge first. Now you may be thinking, why don't you just tweak the EQ on the amp? The problem with these particular amps is, like, there's not a whole lot of wiggle room. You just don't do that much. So let me turn the bass all the way up. Bass all the way up. Little better. Turn it back to noon. So let me turn the treble all the way down. I mean, you do have a little bit of variance in there. Got it on about 9 o'clock now. Turn my treble back to noon, mids all the way down. just don't dig it. I don't dig it that much. So I'm gonna keep everything at noon just for consistency's sake. Once again, hit the overdrive on. On the neck. That's the stock speaker. Let's switch to a different speaker. Okay, so now I have switched to a WGS Veteran 30. Kind of similar to a Celestion 30, but I actually like the Veteran 30 a little bit more. And you'll notice it's in the 112 cabinet instead of putting it in the actual Blues Jr cabinet. The reason for that is because to pull the speaker out, you have to, undo all the bolts and then take the chassis out, being very careful with the tubes, being careful not to shock yourself. And then you pull the speaker out, put a new speaker in, put the new chassis in. It's kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. So what I do, I have like a bunch of the same cabinets, all the same size, they're all pine, just a bunch of WGS speakers in them. I like to do it this way because it's basically the same thing. Clean tone on the bridge sounds like this. On the neck. Kick on some overdrive. And that is the Veteran 30. Let's go to the next one. And we're back, and now we're on an ET65. Actually really like this speaker. Like it a lot for like dirt stuff. Amps I'm going to use a lot of dirt in. Sounds good. So bridge, like I said, same controls. Controls are still the same on the Blues Jr. I haven't touched it. Just changing the speaker, ET65 on the bridge. Neck. And with an overdrive. On the neck. Alright, so I'm going to switch to a different cabinet and I'm going to tune because I went out of tune. Alright, and now we're using the British lead from still WGS speaker with the Blues Jr still, and here's my clean tone on this gorgeous, lovely Whitfield Stratocaster. I love this thing. Anyways, so clean tone. And on the neck. Let's kick the overdrive on the bridge. it over the neck. That is the British lead, and on to, yep, I got one more. Whoa, I got one more after I fix that mic. Okay, so I am running through a green beret, not the Army type of guy, but the speaker that's like a greenback, but better, I think. And anyways, my clean tone on the bridge sounds like this. On the neck, got a little bit of overdrive on the bridge. Put it on the neck. And I lied, I'm actually going to show you one more speaker, very special speaker, near and dear to my heart. And it would be called, I think it's called the Black and Blue from WGS. And it is an Alnico, or Alnico. In Indiana we say Alnico. Okay, so now I am on the Black and Blue, I think that's what it's called. It's a Alnico speaker, based in Martinsville, Indiana, in here, Midwest Indiana, Alnico. And on the bridge, clean tone, sounds like this. Put it on the neck, sounds like this. Put a little overdrive on the bridge, sounds like this. And we flip it over to the neck, and it sounds like this. And that is the Alnico. And one more trick. So check this out. Last resort type of deal. And you just like I said, I don't really care for that amp that much. It's just it sounds too boxy to me. Not a big fan of it without some serious modifications to the circuit. So I put an EQ into it at the very end, and it kind of gives this sort of sound. So with it off, with it on. Now you'll notice it most drastically when you put an overdrive on with it. So just the overdrive, no EQ. Now, let me turn the EQ on. And a cool trick if you're going to use like an EQ at the end of that, and I have it a little bit scooped here. When you're doing a cut through for like a solo, just kick it off. And you're back to your old boxy self. Couple different tricks you can use with pedals, a couple different speaker situations and selections you can use, and these are just a few that I use a lot for different things. There's a bazillion different types of speakers out there, so they're like anywhere from $60 US to like $200 or something. So actually there's probably more expensive ones than that. But anyways, it's a good way to just get different tones without doing like any sort of electronic modifications. An EQ pedal always comes in extremely handy if you need a change of tone and don't really want to buy a new amp, or you just need it for a song or something like that. It's a very good thing to have in your arsenal and on your pedal board. So I hope that brought you some value of some sort. Maybe you have a Blues Jr. or a similar type of small amp like that and been thinking about changing speakers. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight, showed you what you can expect. And let me know how you like it. Let me know if you have any topics you'd like me to discuss or anything you'd like for me to show you on these podcasts. And my goal is to help all of my audience get the best tone they can, regardless whether or not they use Wampler pedals or not. That's my goal, is to help you. So without you, I wouldn't be doing this. So please shoot me an email, brian@wamplerpedals.com. You can also shoot me an Instagram message. It's just @BrianWampler. I'm also on Snapchat. It's @BrianWampler. And or if you're more the Facebook kind, you can also just shoot me a message on there as well. So thanks for listening this week, and we will be right back with you with a normal episode here probably in a few days. Thanks.